And now, the Channel 2 Sports Minute with Kevin Wells.
The Iron Dog continues to speed along. Look for the leaders to reach the halfway point of Nome Tuesday night. On Monday, front-running teams spent most of the afternoon on the Yukon River, deciding where to take their 8-hour layovers. You can do so at either Ruby, Galena, or Caltag. Todd Minnick and Nick Olstad first into Caltag. As of Monday afternoon, a few teams have yet to even go on their flex layover of 6 hours. Things will begin to sort out on Tuesday. Tune in to Channel 2 at 5, 6, and 10 for live reports and race updates from Nome.
We are back with Aaron Bartel this morning talking more about the Iron Dog. They are moving fast down the trail.
They're still keeping up their record times right now. They're not backing off any. It's impressive.
We heard that overnight that the ambassador team made it in record time to Nome.
The trail class has never done that. They might as well. They should have just joined the pro class for what they're doing. They went and they're a day ahead of any pro class or trail class team that's ever made it to Nome. So that's way impressive.
And so tell me how the front runners are doing this morning.
Oh, the front runners are doing great. They're putting on a race for us. They've had anywhere from clean runs to problems, and they're showing us what a race looks like. Number 16, Minnick and Olstad, they've had a clean run all the way to Unalakleet, and they're still holding the front by about a half hour, so that's way impressive. And right behind them, right on their tails, we got number 17, Mark and Dusty. They had some problems going into Ruby. They weren't getting quite full potential out of their sleds, and Mark and Dusty must have done some adjustments, and obviously they got that fixed because they just gained 20 minutes on Minnick and Olstad, number 16 on the last run alone, so they must have got that addressed. And number 10 had the same issue. It was talking to him on the trail, we think it was probably a clutching issue. That was what most of them thought it would be, which they either had to change a belt, which you'd have a tool you screw in here, and you pull your belt off and they'll put a new belt on. These belts get wore out when you're getting them so hot for so long. So they probably put a different belt on. That'd be the first thing you'd do. And if that doesn't work, you can adjust your clutches. All you do is just pull out these nuts here, change them out, and you can change these clickers up. And there's three of these you can change out. And that's another thing they do on the trail really fast. They can do this in probably 2 minutes. A minute to 2 minutes, they can have all that done, and they're ready to go on the trail again. And that could gain them maybe 20 mile an hour on the trail. If your belt's bad, you can lose a ton of time on the trail. That's one of the biggest things. That's what those two top runners did to keep them on the trail. Number 39, they were slowing down. They had some problems going into Ruby. They took out an A-arm that they'd banged it up going into Pontilla, and they decided to take a chance on it. So they went to all the way to Poor Man on a bum A-arm, and finally it gave out. So they had to limp it into Ruby. So that's why they lost some time there. So they had to change out A-arms. I don't know how many it was, but they had to, same thing as Carl Swenson on the first day. They're going to have to unbolt them from the tunnel, swap them out. The good thing about these guys is they've got planes and some of the best tools and help out there. So these guys did that about in record time, I think, too, just swapping A-arms. They're right back in the race, too. They just gained some more time, and they're flying again. So.
And with the trail moving so fast this year, is that harder on the sleds, or does it actually treat them easier when they're able to go this fast up to Nome?
It can be both. It can, if they're going that fast, that means it's probably a little smoother. That means there's more snow, so they're not riding on stumps. So it's a little bit less fatigue. It can be a little bit less fatigue, but when you're going faster, that means you're going around corners faster. You can blow corners, hit trees. If you do hit the big bump, you might be hitting it at 80 instead of 50. So it can be more devastating if you make any mistake. So you have to be 100% perfect when they're going this fast.
Have the front runners made it into Nome yet, or do we expect it sometime today?
We're expecting hopefully sometime tonight they'll be going in there. I was talking to Chris Graber, the race director, or the race, she's out on the race, and she was thinking maybe 6 o'clock tonight.
All right.
They might be getting into Nome.
And is that record time then?
I don't know if that'd be record time, but it's going to be close. They're holding a great pace. So I talked to the trail class going to Unalakleet, and they said that was a horrible trail there. There's all kinds of snow, and the trail was bombed out, and they went and did that run, and I don't know if it was quite record time either, but it was darn fast. So.
All right, Aaron Bartel, we look forward to talking with you again tomorrow morning. Thanks so much for coming in this morning. Full race coverage is online right now at KTUU.com, and join us tonight at 5, 6, and 10 for the latest live from Nome.